Welcome to the martech.org podcast. If you like what you hear on this episode, join us online September 24th to 25th for free at the Martech Conference. Register today at martech.org/conference.
Welcome to today's episode of the martech.org podcast. My name is Marc Sirkin, and if you're a fan of cutting-edge AI, you are in the right place. Today, we're diving into an article I wrote about leveraging generative AI to create coding applications. Yes, AI writing actual working code. And here's the twist. We're summarizing with another AI tool, Google's NoteBookLM. You may have heard about it. So it's AI, summarizing AI, building code, all in a podcast. Double the AI power in one short episode. Stay tuned and let's explore how you can supercharge your development workflow using these groundbreaking tools.
Welcome to your deep dive. I ever wish you could whip up a custom marketing tool, like magic.
Yeah.
Today, we're diving into how one marketer did just that using AI. We've got this fascinating MarTech article by Marc Sirkin. He calls himself a design and marketing strategy guy,
Right.
not a coder.
Yeah.
And he built actual working marketing calculators using AI.
It's a fantastic example of how this technology is changing the game.
Totally.
Sirkin's story, I think, really throws open the doors and shows that these powerful tools are within reach for everyone, even if you don't, speak Python as a second language.
Okay, so Sirkin got this idea for marketing calculators.
Right.
Where did he even begin? Did he have to go back to school for a computer science degree?
Not quite.
Okay.
He started with a tool everyone in marketing knows and loves.
Yeah.
Spreadsheets.
Oh, spreadsheets, right?
Sirkin actually built out the entire calculation logic in a spreadsheet first, which is brilliant.
Interesting.
It's a great reminder that sometimes the simplest tools are the best starting point.
Interesting. So he's got his calculations down.
Yeah.
Then what? How does ChatGPT enter the picture?
He fed the spreadsheet data directly into ChatGPT.
Really?
Literally copy and pasted it right into the AI.
Hold on.
Yeah.
He copy-pasted a spreadsheet into an AI chat.
Yep.
That sounds almost too easy.
That's the thing about these new AI tools. They can seem deceptively simple at first glance.
Right.
But here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
It wasn't just a case of saying, hey, ChatGPT, make me a calculator,
Right.
and having it magically appear.
Yeah.
Sirkin had to have a real dialogue with the AI, almost like he was working with a slightly robotic developer.
So it was more of a partnership than simply pushing a button and getting a finished product.
Exactly.
Wow.
Sirkin had to break down his vision into manageable pieces
Okay.
and guide the AI through the process step by step.
Interesting.
He mentions running into token limits, which he compares to the AI having a short-term memory glitch.
What's?
Essentially, he could only feed the AI so much information at a time,
Okay.
which forced him to really think about how to communicate what he needed clearly and concisely.
So he had to become fluent in AI, so to speak.
Yeah, in a way.
Did he share any specific examples of what this back and forth with ChatGPT was like?
He did. He talks about having to constantly remind the AI about the purpose of the calculator. When it started to go off on tangents or get stuck on a particular detail,
Interesting.
it's like the AI was this incredibly detail-oriented assistant who occasionally needed a nudge in the right direction. And get this, he even had to correct the AI's math at one point.
Wait a minute. The AI messed up. I thought it was supposed to be this infallible mathematical genius.
Well, it seems even AI has its off days.
Wow.
But this actually highlights a really important point.
Okay.
You always need to bring your own knowledge and expertise to the table when working with AI.
Right.
You have to be able to spot errors, inconsistencies, or things that just don't seem quite right.
Yeah.
This is where having a strong foundation in your subject matter is crucial.
It's like the AI is a powerful tool, but it's still just that tool. You're the one who needs to be in control, guiding it and making sure it's producing what you need.
Precisely. Sirkin even mentions that this process of working with the AI actually made him a better marketer.
Interesting.
It forced him to think critically about his goals for the calculators,
Yep.
how each element contributed to the user experience, and how to explain even complex concepts in a clear and concise way.
That's fascinating. It's like the AI was a demanding client, pushing him to really refine his vision and communication skills.
Yeah, I like that analogy.
And speaking of refinement, Sirkin actually ended up using a newer version of ChatGPT to improve the initial code he generated.
Right.
This field moves fast.
It really does. He talks about this newer version being a total game changer.
Right.
He's able to do things like clean up the code, fix errors more effectively, and even make design suggestions.
Really?
Yeah, it's like the AI took his initial concept and polished it into a professional grade tool.
Okay, so he's got these functional calculators.
Yeah.
What does he actually do with them?
He puts them out there for the world to see. Sirkin created a dedicated landing page for each calculator, complete with explanations and context for users.
Wow.
He wasn't content with just keeping them to himself. He wanted to share them and get feedback.
So he's not just building these tools in a vacuum or anything. He's putting them out there for real marketers to actually use.
Right. Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
What kind of reactions did he get?
He says the feedback was overwhelmingly positive.
Oh, wow.
People were impressed by how user-friendly the calculators were
Okay.
and how they addressed specific marketing challenges. But here's where it gets even more interesting.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued.
Yeah.
What else does he have up his sleeve?
He envisions adding all sorts of cool features.
Like what?
Imagine being able to link these calculators directly to CRM systems,
Oh, wow.
automatically pulling in data and making the calculations even more powerful.
Right.
He even talks about adding data export capabilities, so you could easily integrate the results into reports or presentations.
Now that you mentioned data export,
Yeah.
I have to ask, what about data privacy?
Yeah.
Did Sirkin address any concerns about, feeding sensitive information into these AI tools?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
While the article doesn't specifically dive into the nitty-gritty of data privacy,
Sure.
Sirkin does emphasize that he built these calculators with a focus on transparency and user control.
Yeah.
The calculations are all happening on the user's end,
Right.
not on some remote server,
Yeah.
which gives users more control over their data.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It sounds like he's trying to strike a balance between, leveraging the power of AI
Right.
while also being mindful of potential concerns.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's something that's going to become increasingly important as these AI tools become more integrated into our workflows.
Totally.
We need to be having these conversations about data privacy and ethical considerations right alongside the conversations about functionality and innovation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we've seen how Sirkin went from inspiration to a fully functional marketing calculators using AI.
Right.
But for our listeners who might be thinking, okay, that's cool, but I could never do that.
Right.
What would you say? Is this something anyone can learn to do?
Absolutely.
Really?
And that's what I find so inspiring about Sirkin's story.
Okay.
He's not a coding wizard.
Right.
He's a marketer who saw a need and found a way to use AI to solve it.
Yeah.
His experience, I think, demystifies this technology and makes it feel accessible to everyone.
He provides a sort of roadmap for others to follow.
Yeah.
Starting with spreadsheets,
Right.
having a dialogue with the AI,
Yeah.
and iterating based on feedback.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's key.
Okay.
It's not about getting it perfect on the first try.
Right.
It's about being willing to experiment, learn, and refine your approach along the way.
I like that.
The tools are becoming more intuitive all the time.
Yeah.
And there are tons of resources available online to help people get started.
That's really encouraging. It sounds like the biggest barrier might be just overcoming that initial intimidation factor
Yeah.
and diving in.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
It's easy to get caught up in the hype and complexity surrounding AI and feel like it's only for, tech geniuses.
Right.
But Sirkin's story shows us that's not true.
Yeah.
Anyone can learn to use these tools effectively,
Right.
and the potential applications are limitless.
It's like that saying, right? The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago.
Right.
The second best time is today.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't let the fear of the unknown hold you back.
Yeah.
Sirkin's story is a powerful reminder that sometimes the most innovative solutions come from unexpected places.
Right.
And the beauty of generative AI is that,
Yeah.
it empowers anyone to experiment and explore new possibilities.
He really emphasized the importance of experimentation.
Yeah.
It's not just about following a set of instructions.
Right.
It's about, trying things out, seeing what works, and learning from your mistakes.
Absolutely. And I think that's a valuable lesson for any field, not just marketing.
Right.
The ability to adapt, experiment, and learn from our experiences is going to be crucial in this rapidly evolving technological landscape.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into Sirkin's AI adventure,
Yeah.
what's the key takeaway for our listeners? What do you hope they walk away with?
The biggest takeaway for me is that the future of marketing is collaborative. It's
Yeah.
a partnership between human ingenuity and artificial intelligence.
Right.
We've seen how Sirkin combined his marketing expertise with AI tools to create something truly innovative.
Yeah.
That's the power of this technology.
Right.
It amplifies our abilities and opens up a world of possibilities.
It's not about replacing marketers with machines.
Right.
It's about empowering marketers with these new tools and ways of working.
Exactly. And that's incredibly exciting.
Totally.
We're only just scratching the surface of what's possible with generative AI.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see what the future holds.
Me neither. So to our listeners out there,
Yeah.
if you're feeling inspired,
Right.
don't wait for permission. Just,
Yeah.
start experimenting with these tools, explore the possibilities.
Exactly.
And who knows, maybe you'll be the next one sharing your AI-powered marketing success story with the world.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And that, my friend, is your deep dive. We hope this episode has given you some food for thought and sparked your own AI adventures.
Until next time, keep learning, keep experimenting, and keep diving deep.
Did you like what you heard on this episode? Don't forget to join us online September 24th through 25th for free at the MarTech Conference. Register today at martech.org/conference.